Pick a side, YouTube. Well, that was the trending hashtag over the weekend, which was started by a content creator named Mama Max. I'm not familiar with their content. That, of course, means nothing whatsoever. They're a very large creator, 700,000 subscribers, and they brought to light, with the help of several other YouTube content creators, a paradox that exists within YouTube, and took a tone of an adversarial tone, really, with YouTube over YouTube's perceived siding with, when I say the worst kind of humans on the planet, you generally know what I mean, right? The people that hang out around the schoolyard, so to speak, P-words. And the issue that they have is that it appears that YouTube sides with these individuals in situations where investigative journalism kind of unearths them. There's two main complaints in this video, one of which I understand and the other which is a little more complicated. Of course, the first is the monetization of these videos, and that, YouTube does not monetize these type of videos talking about these type of things, and they just don't, which is why in order to cover them, you have to be a big channel. You have to have sponsors like this one. Check this out. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Kamikoto. Kamikoto makes great Japanese steel kitchen knives using traditional techniques from Japan. Kamikoto also only sources its steel from Japan. Each knife comes in a beautiful heavy-duty ash wood box. It makes sure the knife is stored safely. It also makes Kamikoto a great gift. Each knife goes through a rigorous 19-step process that takes several years from start to finish to complete. With more than 100 years of experience between them, their expert bladesmiths forge and shape raw steel into hardy blades. Each knife is individually inspected. Kamikoto is so confident about their knives that each knife comes with a lifetime guarantee. And look, I can talk from a personal experience. When I got this and I opened the box, I felt excited. It comes with it's really nice to me. It comes with like certificate of authenticity. The knives are all packaged in there and look really nice. They're well crafted. They feel really good in your hand. Kamikoto has a big sale going on right now, is offering an extra $50 off any purchase you make with the discount code TheQuartering, and that's on top of their already special offers. So click the link below or go to kamikoto.com/TheQuartering and use promo code TheQuartering to save $50 today. These things make an awesome gift for you or for someone you love. Sponsorships aren't something most channels really get until maybe they're at 500,000 subscribers. Perhaps more niche creators, 2, 3, 400,000, they find them. But when you have a topic of a video, for example, like this one, where I know that YouTube isn't going to like it, I'm fortunate that I can still earn some money. It's half as much as I would earn if I could have a video monetized in most cases, but you could earn some money by running a sponsor. This is not something that is available to most people. Most creators on this platform don't have a platform yet big enough to have a stable of sponsors like I do that, help insulate against this. The main issue in this video, which I highly recommend you watch, actually probably worth subscribing to Mama Max as well, talked about by Nick Crawley, Some Ordinary Mudhar from Some Ordinary Gamers, looks like, the Kino Corner. I'm not familiar with all these creators, but they work together to talk about a particular type of video, and that is those videos that, again, are outing the worst kind of humans on the planet. The problem is twofold. First, YouTube will generally, even if you're very, 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 very careful, will still take down videos. Why is this the case? Well, God bless their little hearts, but I've spoken to people that review YouTube videos for potential violations. The amount of videos that they have to respond or that they have to scrub in a day is enormous, hundreds. They get like 10-second clips. They work in these big call centers. They get little clips of video to look at, and then they have to make a snap decision, and that snap decision affects our livelihood here on the platform. So that's not good. But that's the root of the problem. The idea that we could have, native English speakers, for example, for native English speaking videos, is almost too much to ask. It doesn't seem like that could possibly be the case. Very often videos that I put up get hit with the yellow mark of sadness for no reason whatsoever, none. But sometimes videos that are on the borderline are still green. So I just kind of chalk it up to, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Well, that's not the case for creators who, how do I put this? Don't, dump out 10 videos a day like I do. When I put out so many videos, it's very easy for me to just take one on the chin because then got another one coming out in an hour. For these people, the investigative YouTube channels and things like that, they may spend weeks, months, or even years on a single video, and they can't really risk it, so to speak. And essentially what happened here with Mama Max is they had a video up, kind of bringing to light one of these people, and it was the video. Their video was the video that got taken down. And that's what happens. And in the end of this video, they call out a bunch of creators. I don't care for that, demanding they cover stuff. But yeah, I mean, Charlie's on here. Keem, pretty sure Keem covered up. DeFranco's never going to help you. He doesn't talk about any real issues. The other issue is, first issue is monetization. We see, CNN, MSNBC, the late shows, these channels all have no problems running ads talking about the exact, very spicy stuff. So the idea that advertisers simply out of hand don't want to advertise on videos on sensitive topics, that's just not true. How do I know this? I'm an advertiser. I think I managed probably nearly $1 billion in ad spend in my life, much of it on YouTube. And there's usually a checkbox, sensitive topics. But the advertiser, like myself, we don't really know what YouTube says is a sensitive topic. And most advertisers, I'm not saying all, because some are picky like this, but most of my clients throughout the years never cared what their videos were on. They only cared if, I know this is probably crazy to you, YouTube, if it made money, if it made money, and if it converted. These are the real reasons. We spend money in advertising to make money. It's not a charity case. So you see so many times with mainstream media channels have these nonstop ads on all sorts of videos that we could only dream of getting ads on. Well, there's actually a reason for that. And it's because they generally have their own ad buys, and they have their own their own advertising spends and their own ad serving services, meaning CNN has money from Coca-Cola and all these other companies, AAA advertisers that commit to spend on CNN, regardless of the actual content. So when we see that as creators, we're covering the same thing as CNN or Fox News. We get the yellow mark of sadness. They get paid. Well, that isn't always because YouTube is choosing one over the other. We do know, however, they do choose one over the other when it comes to the algorithm. We know that if I cover something that Fox News does, that my video will be underneath 500 Fox News clips before you ever find my independent news video. The money thing is a tougher argument to make. But what I will say is another issue in the video that they bring up, and I think it's a very good point, is that you have a lot of people who cover things. We've covered the animal stuff. We've covered, spicy topics on this platform. It's one thing to not be monetized. At least we have options. But they talk about, covering one particular individual on here talks about how they covered these fake animal rescues. And the first channel that ever gotten any kind of punishment was him, the guy that actually, brought forth these fake animal rescue channels. He got a strike before those channels ever got struck. That is not okay. As a content creator, we have to be allowed to self-police our platform. Now, all these creators that got together to work on this video, I think it's great. I really hope that they all also support alt tech, that they all take a minute to create. And I understand wanting to stay and fight on YouTube, and I want to, and I want everyone to. But also, please, Mudahar, all these Jay Aubrey's on here, all these people, take 5 seconds to set up a BitChute and an Odysee and a Rumble. I don't want to hear about you don't have time. We're all YouTubers. We have plenty of time for this. That's phase one. Is you have to remove some of the monopolistic power that YouTube has, because if you don't do that, they're never going to listen to you. And the second thing here is that YouTube really has to have a better review system. They have to have native speakers, whatever the video language is. And there has to be some conversation when you're talking about striking down videos, because we are your best police force here on this platform, YouTube. Your individual creators, the you and YouTube, we're the ones that can police this and police the content. We shouldn't be getting punished for it. And Mama Max, for example, outing one of these people, then they get the strike, is completely unacceptable. Essentially, we can tweet on the hashtag pick a side YouTube all you want. But YouTube really has to fix this review system first and foremost. And second, as individual creators, I would also challenge all these people who took time to make, videos here complaining about YouTube, and ask, are you on BitChute and Odysee and Rumble? Because if you're not, that's only half the battle. Yelling at YouTube to fix things is only half of the battle. Eventually, we have to have a viable alternative to leave. And if we don't do that, then they're never going to listen to us. So yes, of course, I support Mama Max in this. And I recommend, I'll leave the video linked in the description below. And I hope that these guys will support alt tech as well, because I don't see YouTube getting any better, but I wish them the best of luck. Pick a side, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.